Welcome to Wine Talk TV. Make sure to stay tuned because what I'm about to share helped me save so much time when I was out dating and when I was in your shoes. And you don't want to miss out on this. Enjoy.
First question that you want to go to, that you want to ask is, how are you doing today? How are you doing? How are you or how are you doing today? This is a very basic question. And I know you guys are thinking like, wow, I mean, this doesn't seem like anything significant. And now this is where you're wrong. So when it comes to pinging questions, this question in particular is a question that, again, it pings the interest of the person you're speaking with. If someone is interested in you, I've found that when you ask the question, how are you doing? This person is typically going to respond similar to like a tennis match. They're going to relay the ball that just went over the tennis net. So when think of that analogy going forward, this is kind of like a tennis match. When I say, how are you? I'm literally hitting a ball over the net. And if a person that I've noticed that was interested, now this is me talking about it when it goes right. Okay. So when I say, how are you? The person literally is going to respond back with, I'm great. How are you doing? That's a person that is cognizant of their behavior. And they're simply just going to respond back to you out of curiosity and out of just human decency of, I'm doing great. How is your day going? That's a question that is pretty powerful. A lot of questions that now typically when guys approach you a cold approach, I'm pretty sure that's not even in your arsenal. I'm pretty sure it's not. I'm pretty sure a lot of you guys probably approach with a whole bunch of 21 questions type of questions. Like, what do you do? How, what do you do for fun? Like you ask those questions that you're just simply not going to get an indication if that person is even interested in talking to you. So you're going to have to really evaluate. It makes it basically very difficult to evaluate actually when you ask questions that are not pinging questions to figure out if the person is interested in you. And from my research and from my studies, asking a simple question such as, hey, how are you doing today? Is a question that I noticed over time that when I ask that question, it allows the conversation to literally be smooth. It allows the conversation to be very relaxed and natural, because it's a question that you don't think about. And I guarantee you don't think about this question, how powerful this question is on the day-to-day, because we say it monotonally. We just say it just because it's what you do, but there's power in that question. It's a very powerful question. How are you doing is a question that a lot of people don't ever ask. I've met a lot of women that literally, when I ask that question, they literally tell me, no one's asked me how I'm doing today. I really appreciate that. But little did I know, through my successes and my years of doing cold approaches and noticing the consistency of this question and how it correlates to my successes, whether it be romantic relationships or any kind of relationships of any kind, that this question alone allows me to get a good feel of how this interaction is going to go. So when I ask that question, how are you doing today? It literally opens a person up. It literally starts with, hey, how are you doing today? And then them responding, I'm doing great. How are you doing today? It's a simple, literally low-level question that goes under the radar that doesn't require any type of hard work or, it doesn't require any hard work for the person to even ask that question back. They can simply just respond back to you with it's a simple request. How are you doing today? I'm great. How are you? It's a very simple question. And it's very under the radar. You can ask this question every single day. It's not a big deal. It's a very simple question. It's something that you do already. So again, people that are a part of Wine Talk Nation, I'm not here to complicate anything. I'm here to simplify the dating process for you guys out there. It's a very, very simple process. You simply just say, hey, how are you doing today? Very simple question that gets a lot of return and a lot of consistency, a lot of smiles, a lot of a lot of feeling appreciated from the person that you're speaking with. And for them to want to know how your day's going, it says a lot. This person literally actually cares, even if it is superficial. It allows you to kind of gauge if this person is even curious about the person that they're speaking with. And I'll get into that a little bit later. The second question that you want to ask is, how is your day going so far? Again, that's another basic question, but yet it's unique. It is powerful. Now, typically after I ask, how are you doing today? I follow it up with, how's your day going? Only because, again, these are pinging questions. If perhaps they didn't hear me, or perhaps they, for whatever reason, didn't, send the ball back over the net to me. Like, let's say if I say, hey, how are you doing today? And they didn't say, oh, I'm good. I'm going to ask the second question just to double check that this person is not interested in having a conversation. Now, typically the second question is, how are you doing today? Right? This is a question that, again, it really, it allows people to kind of volley the question back to you. I'm great. How is your day going? It's a very, very interesting question. It's just one, again, guys, these questions I'm asking, these are questions that a lot of people don't even realize how powerful they are. They kind of invite people to ask this question back to you. It's very low investment, low risk, very friendly, it's a way for you to kind of like throw your jab to see how your opponent reacts. Think of it like that. It's like I'm jabbing my person I'm speaking with to see, are they even open to having a conversation with me? You see what I'm saying? And that allows me to continue if I want to continue this interaction. Now, how are you doing? How are you doing today? And how's your day going? How's your day going so far? Are both questions that really invite people to ask that question back if they are interested. If they are interested. And then I'll give you guys some examples of how interactions go at the end of this video. But then the third question is a two-part question. I would say third question is 3A, 3B. So 3A would be, would you mind if I introduce myself? This question is quite interesting. I'm sure you guys never really asked this question. But what it does, it essentially, again, you're meeting this stranger, you're meeting this person. You don't know who they are, and you need to be respectful and kind, right? And you need to show your respect and kindness to this person by letting them, literally, how you phrase this question. Hey, may I introduce myself? Can I introduce myself? This person would literally say, yes, of course you can. They will respond, I've noticed. And you have to look at their body language. Yes, of course you can. Hi, hey, I'm, for example, let's say, hey, I'm Mark. Okay, nice to meet you, Mark. Well, my name's Elizabeth. Boom. So basically, as you can see here, I'm asking specific questions that allow a person to feel very easy to, these are very, very, again, like the magic in this is that it's a very easy, like low risk, low investment types of questioning that literally allows me to kind of take a peek into this person's psyche to see if they're interested in talking. If they can't even answer simple questions or respond in a simple yet kind manner of how I'm coming across, then that lets me know right then and there if this person is interested in anything I have to offer. I'm not even going to ask them what they do for fun. I'm not going to ask them what they do. I'm not going to ask them a damn thing. I'm not going to ask them a damn thing, because if they can't even get through, if they can't even respond with the common decency of basic level questions, then why would I continue? And for those out there that want to know, yes, you can use this for online as well. And that's where 3B comes into, because 3A, obviously online, they can obviously see your name and things of that nature. You don't have to ask that question. For 3B, all you would need to simply ask is, hey, so, what do you do for fun? B, the question that you want to ask is, you have to phrase it like this. You're going to ask them, what do they do? And you have to phrase it very intelligently. You have to phrase it based off your ability to cold read or to be able to look at someone up and down and give a good estimate, a good guess on what you feel like they do. So, for example, if I see someone that has a lot of tattoos, or a female, for example, I simply say, "Hey, listen, I'm very curious what you do, because you look like you do something quite creative, or you look like you create something on a piece of paper and you turn that piece of paper into something that people can see and feel. Or you look like you do something very professional. Like, I feel that you may be someone that is very busy and very important based off how you look, and it makes me curious. What do you actually do?" This person, people take this as a compliment. What you're looking out here for is a huge smile, and for them to be super, super expressive about what they do. And they're going to correct you if you get it wrong. Now, if they correct you, that's a sign that they're interested in you. They want to tell. And I know, look, it's not that they're interested in you, they're interested in having a conversation. Okay, so, and I'm going to give you a breakdown of how this goes in real life. So, when you ask this question, they're going to smile. They're going to say, "No, I do this, and I do this, and I do this. What about you? What do you do?" Again, they're going to volley this question back to you. People that are interested in you and interested in having a conversation will volley all four of these questions total. Well, three pinging questions. These are questions that allow people to volley easily back to you. These are questions that they don't even have to think about. They don't even have to really, you know, deep think deeply about an answer to your question. A lot of guys ask questions to people, and to women specifically, that make them have to think super hard. We don't want that. We want a cold approach to be as easy and as carefree as possible. So we want to ask very low, investment type of questions, very, simple questions. And we want to have them know that us interacting is it's very surface level. We're just talking. That's all.
So things are getting serious right now, and at this point, I know YouTube will not like the next level dating advice that I'm about to say next. But if you are learning something new and you are so ready to stop wasting your time, which is very valuable, and take your dating life to the next level, it's time for you to check out the pinned comment in the comment section below. That's where you'll find my Patreon, which will unlock the rest of this video. And from that point on, you will have unlimited game-changing resources that would change your dating life forever. I'll see you guys there.